Give me 1 second, guys. All right, we should be good. Okay, good. Yeah, Derek, I agree. It's hard to sell out for the cheese. Sometimes you got to go, like. But in that spot, I think Donnie had the option to cross the 9 over and leave him on the gold bar and let Anthony try and figure something out. So just got to be patient. Sometimes you got to know when to pick. You got to know when to hold them, and know when to fold them, as they say. Anyways, Donnie plays a little safe here, but I think he's left a pretty makeable rail first here for Lee off the short cushion. And the one ball, I mean, it's hard to miss. But he didn't catch the one thin enough, and so he went into the 6. So now he's got to try and defend again. Christopher Wilson is looking to bet some on Donnie. He's good action, so parlay away if you guys have any takers on Lee. Lee with the kick and stick on the 2, but I think he's left a long makeable 2 ball clear shot for Donnie. Donnie's just going to try and roll it in, and comes 2 rails to the middle of the table. It's got a nice open shot on the 3. It's a good way to get started. We are playing a race to 5 on the 1-loss side. It's kind of brutal, but you got to ship it. You got to go. So Donnie's going to come 2 cushions. I think he's going to come 2. Well, he just played for the angle to the 5 in the other corner. I think he's got enough of the ball to go forward and just avoid the 10, assuming he doesn't overcut it. And yeah, so he hit it good. Nice confident stroke. He has to draw back now and play for the 7 in the corner. Because I don't think he's got an angle to get away from the rail, and the 8 is occupying the side, so he's got to just draw back about, a diamond and a half here. There's no draw. He looked like he kind of jumped up off the shot a hair, so I don't know if he was just kind of rushing it or what, but he's going to commit to shooting. Oh, he's playing safe. Okay. It's kind of interesting. Donnie has a great draw stroke, so I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he just kind of let up on the draw stroke, didn't get down on the cue ball enough. But that was a big ball to really focus on. If you make the 6, it's better to err on going too far than not getting far enough. So the fact that he didn't even get to the side is concerning. But he's trying to go 3 cushions up table and get behind the 9. I don't think he got there. This is one of those shots that kind of Donnie uses for warm-up a lot. Practices these kind of longer stun draw shot type shots, to the corner. So I expect him to hit this ball well. He'll definitely pull it to the rail and back out. Yeah. Again, though, he's getting a little quick on his transition, and he's kind of coming up a little bit. I don't know if he's in a rush or trying to make himself available for an auction later, but can't get too fast. Got to definitely stay down. Got stop on the 9 and 10. And Donnie's going to win the first game. Race to 5. Again, this is the semifinals. This is the 3rd place match. Anthony's in the hot seat, waiting for the winner of this match to play one race. I think the finals is a race to 9. What's up, Trenton? Welcome to the video. If you guys are in the chat and you haven't done so already, please make sure to share the stream. If you have any friends or league players or league groups, pop the video in there. Get a chance to see some decent high-level play here from the Florida. We're at Capones Billiards in Spring Hill. Rocky McElroy's room, great room. Always been a great room for tournaments and for pool, and Rocky does a lot for the players, so thank you to them for hosting. Donny with a nice break. Looks like he's going to get a ball down and the one to dress up. This is one of the better breaks I've seen so far. So that's nice that Donny's kind of like keying in on that, especially after just playing a match here. One ball, he wants to get down on the short rail, so a little bit of inside English. Looks like he was a little concerned he might have gotten hooked, but I think he's fine. Do you guys like to play short side here on the 3? Yeah, looks like it. So the 3 must be off the rail just a hair. Here it helps to stay high on this 4 ball. You don't want to try and draw back or anything. So the angle is more important. You want to have that natural angle to just be able to cut the 4 in and go 1 rail from the short cushion to the 5. So if anything, he might stun it a hair and just kind of pop off the long rail. Oh, he hit it. He hit it bad. He tried to draw the ball. He must have, I don't know. I didn't like that option. I would have probably just kind of stayed off the cushion and given myself a natural angle on the 4 to go 1 rail to the 5. Trenton, no, this is the semifinals. Anthony just beat Donny 7-5, I think, in the hot seat match. So this is to get back to the finals. But yeah, I didn't like trying to draw back there. It's kind of asking a lot, especially if the 3 wasn't very far off the cushion and he, hit it into the point on the side and drew back and scratched. And I don't know, Donny seems like he's pressing a little bit. All right, so Lee's gonna follow the cue ball 1 rail down towards the, well, he went 2 rails down to get a more natural angle to go up table. I think you try and see him get past the side, past the 8 to play the 5 in the side maybe. Probably more spin than anything. Yeah, so he went 2 rails below. I don't think the 5 passed the 7, so I think he was trying to play to the 3rd cushion to get to the 5 in the side. It's kind of touchy either way, but he's trying to eye up the cut. Really got to focus on making a good clean hit on the 5. You'll go to the long rail here, short rail, and check up for the 7. So it looks like he probably played the safe. Kind of a little bit of a two-way favoring the near side of the pocket. Kind of a smart shot. If you make it, you're clean and you're safe on the 7. If not, Donny's left with a little bit of a tricky shot. Ball first. Nope. Donny misses the kick. Kind of quick again. I would have liked to see him take a little bit more time. It's a sensitive kick. It only goes if you hit the ball first, clean. If you hit rail first, you don't make it. You know what I mean? So you got to really be attentive to your angle in and maybe if you're putting any spin or anything. So, all right, Lee's rewarded with ball in hand. He'll draw out for the 7 in the side. This is perfect. 1 rail towards the 8, maybe a hair of inside. Check up your angle. I know some people would probably try and draw up from there. But he had a little bit of the angle on the inside, so going forward makes, kind of takes away all the mystery. You don't have to make any important shots, just nice natural position. Float the 9 in. 10 in the corner, and you're going to even the score here at 1 apiece. Hey Trenton, the schedule for the tour is on the website. If you go to the Florida Pool Tour website, you'll be able to see the whole calendar for the year. So it'll give you, what's what and who's where. So I think there might be an event coming up at Strokers. I'm not sure. The score is 1-1. I'm not sure if the players are updating the scores on the app or not. They might just be using the beads, but it's 1-1. All right, guys, we're back. Just getting the score adjusted for you on our end here. So Donny came with a nice little two-rail kick and safe. And Lee's in a tough spot, but similar two-rail kick pattern. Nice hit. Hoping to get a little reward there. I'm not sure if the 8 locks him up or lets the 2 slide by. A couple safety options here. Donny could hit the 2 into the 8 and the 2 will slide past, and then you can just slide behind the 3, or you can just roll the 2 forward and try and get behind the 8. You know, this gives Lee another 2-rail kick at the 2. He could also just kick 1 rail, you know, past the 7, and you spin to try and go second cushion and clip the 2 up towards the 3 and slide away from the rail. So I kind of liked going the other way, where you kind of pinned Lee on top of the 3 and hit the 2 kind of into the 8 and let it glance towards the long rail, and now you're on opposite sides with the 3, maybe even tucked in behind the 3, and you're in a, you know, you're in a really tough jam there. In this position, there's some options for Lee to try and escape and get a return safety. So he can either go 2 rails or 1 rail. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go the 1 rail to 2 rail pattern off the short cushion directly. Yep, just like that. If he gets long enough, he might even block away anything. Well, he's over the 10, but Donny has a, you know, easy bank the 2 around, kind of stick the cue ball there a shot. But he let the cue ball go, so now he's hoping that the 2 kind of behaves, but I think Lee can see the 2, to be honest. Yeah, he's getting down like you can see it right away. If so, this is just a stop shot. Stop shot. Cue ball drifted a hair. So he's a little elevated. You just got to commit to making this 3 and come across past the 5, just like that. Yeah. Speed is important there. And now you're open. And again, I think this comes from the safety choice. If Donny had played the 2 into the 8 and drawn the cue ball on top of the 3, I think Lee has less return options. You know, even though he didn't get a lockup safety on the 2-railer, you know, Donny kind of rushed the hit on that 2-rail. Like, he really should have played a stop shot and just banked that 2-rail around. Then he would have been in a much better position. But, you know, it's par for the course, I guess. So Lee's got the 5 in the side. He'll just float to the bottom cushion and towards the 6. It looks like he's drawing the ball. He might go long rail, short rail here. Oh, he was just killing it with draw to really try and control the speed and stay friendly on it. Six in the side, 7 in the corner. He'll have options on the 8. Again, natural cue ball pattern up 1 rail towards the 7. You can draw the cue ball towards the 8, play it in the corner, or if he has an angle where he's cutting the 7 slightly to his left, then he can draw towards the spot and play the 8 in the side. But everything's open. He's just trying to find the path of least resistance. All right, so he drew towards the side, towards the center of the table there. He'll follow 1 rail, make the 8 in the side, and play the 9 in the corner. He used inside English to play the 9 in the side. And I think he's got enough angle to go to the cushion and out. And these guys have played a few times in the last 4 or 5 months. A few local tournaments, and then once I think at the International Open, so they're familiar with each other's games. All right. Looks like Lee takes the lead. 2-1. Kind of like position he played from the 8 to the 9. Even though it's natural to just kind of like gloss over that and play the 8 to, you know, and play the 9 in the corner. And 9 in the corners, you still got to make that shot. And if you get slightly the wrong angle, now it becomes kind of tricky to get from the 9 to the 10. So by taking a little bit extra time to play the inside English off the 8 to get to the 9 on the side, you kind of make the 9 unmissable, and position is kind of guaranteed, you know. So just little subtle details there. Nice break, and it looks like he's got a ball down and a clear shot on the 1, so can't really ask for more than that. Breaking from the rail. Just wants to get the nice angle on the 2 to float up for the 3 in the side. Yeah, crawled over the top of the 4 there. Still has an angle, but he's tree-topped a little bit over the 4, so you might even see him just kind of cinch this 2 ball and maybe play the 3 for the corner. Just depends on the angle he's got and what he feels comfortable with. Yeah. Okay, good. He had enough to be able to come back. It's kind of touchy a little bit to avoid the 9 and 10. 3 is pretty makeable. Might be just a center ball, kind of like no spin. Maybe it's just a touch, just to bite. Gotta avoid it. Gotta avoid the 9. Yeah. I might have used no spin there and just kind of like stun flat to that bottom cushion. You're gonna get a little spin from the contact-induced throw, and you really just want to play to the short cushion and back to the middle. And if you have a little bit of a cut shot on the 4, that's not a problem. It's kind of a let off there because he had control of the match so far, and it's a short race. So yeah, that 3 ball may be better just 0 English, stun down, let the contact give you a small amount, and then that'll take you back up to the middle, and then you can play the 4 and recover with the 5. So Donny with a little bit of a reprieve, trailing 2-1. Gets ball in hand. He wants an angle on this 5 ball. He wants an angle on this 5 ball so he can definitely get across for the 6. Hit it nicely. Natural angle here for this from the 6 to the 7. I wonder if he'll go 2 cushions to the short rail. He does. I think he's got a little bit of like an in-between angle where he could do a few different things. He might play outside spin and just come 2 cushions to play the 9 on the side. Yeah, just like that. More of a stun. He's a little bit underneath it, so he'll either pinch it and pull it back or go forward up table. He's kind of like in between where he could do both. He's going to stun it and go up table and then back down. Missed the 9. Wow. So brutal. And those little details really matter. You know, what part of the ball you're on, what line you take, specific line you take. You know, they catch up to you at all, you know, if you're not super focused on making your hit. Natural 3-rail pattern for Lee. This is big, you know, race to 5. Getting a 3-1 lead is massive. Alright, looks like Lee's going to play this 10 ball. He's in. And he's up 3-1 pretty quick. Race to 5. Donny's got to feel like he's given up a couple racks here, a couple opportunities. All right, Lee set to break. Breaking from the rail again. Almost got a kiss on the 3 on the side. I'm not sure if the 1 passes the 10. I don't think it does, but there might be a really nice little just layup safety where you can float the 1 to the long rail and kind of stick up on the 10 there. And he basically froze him to the 10, so that's awesome. Lee can kick 2 cushions up table, you know, go short rail, long rail, and try and come to the top of the 1. The goal is to play this with enough speed so that if you hit the 1 full, you can bank the 1 up and slide the cue ball behind the 4. Like this. You see how there's enough speed there to try and create a little separation? Didn't leave anything super easy, but, you know, gives himself a chance. Donny can bank the 1 again and float up on the 2 if he wants. Or he can just chop it and try and come up across. He chopped it and tried to come across. Not sure if he left. He might have left the 1 where Lee can spin it in. Yeah, he's winding up like he can see the ball to make it. Just was able to turn it and get up on the 2. There's options here. You can drive between the 8 and the 5 to the long rail and play the 3 in the corner. Or you can stun across, kind of on the high side of the 5 here, of the 3, and play it in the corner of the side. So he came all the way across to play it in the side. He can almost just stop the ball right there and play the 2-rail position on the 4, which he does. 2 cushions. Towards the 5. He'll come, if he can get back to where he is now, it'd probably be ideal. You know, that way he can play the 6 and just come 2 rails back towards the 7. Just gotta kill your cue ball. You know, the rails here play a little slow, so it's kind of like they help you kind of preserve that angle. Got a little rub on the 8. He's got to make a little bit more of a cut shot than he would have liked. So here you can play the spin shot version of this where you kind of add more spin. And he's looking at that now to where he would play even past the 7 in the corner, play it in the side. You can also go the no English way where you play more cut angle and natural ball and you come 2 rails long. So it's kind of like a preference thing. If you want to load it up with spin, you can turn it and come 3 cushions short for the 7 to the side, is what Lee did. Or you can play with high ball no English and go 2 cushions long past the 9 and then play the 7 on the other side. Those are the 2 variations of that shot. So you could either just float this in and not go to the short cushion, or you play to the short cushion. He's just worried about potentially flirting with a 10 if he goes with a higher speed stroke. Might just float it. John Foster was very good at this kind of shot. Just put a little baby stroke on it. Just kind of trickle the ball to the hole. See what Lee decides to do. Looks like he's gonna go move it. Yeah, he moved it. He was worried about catching the high side of the 10, so he forced it on the back side of it. Good shot. It's like 8 in the side, 9 in the corner here. I don't think you need to move the cue ball too much. Just played high ball, little inside. Take the 9 in the corner and draw the cue ball back. You can get to where his hand. Yeah, so we had a little bit the other angle, so just a nice stun draw, slam across. 10 in the corner, 4-1 lead. Not sure why the score is not updating on our end, but yes, it's 4-1, just like that. All right. All right, Lee with the break. Came up dry. There's kind of a 3-ball cluster there towards the side. Making contact with that 5 ball will make the 6. I wonder if Donny would try and chase some kind of combination option. It's just tough because you want to, I think the 8 kind of obscures the direct line to the 5. You don't want to hit the 6, you might hit the point and nothing goes. I don't think the 1 ball goes up table. So you almost have to play the 1-8, 5-6, 4-ball combo to start. And that's imminently missable. Let's see what he decides. Played the 4-ball combo. And now the 5 kind of dressed up. Touchy spot there. He's going to draw the cue ball back, try and get on the 2. Might rub the 5 on the way back. Overcut it. Probably trying to do what I just said to kind of nudge and mature the 5 a little bit. But again, kind of jumped up quick. And yeah. Yeah, so it looks like Lee plays a 1-7. The 1 dresses up. Yeah. The 1 dresses up. He'll probably just rub this to the high side of the pocket and come 1 rail to the 2. A little sharp here on the angle. Probably play 2 cushions across. See where he's at there. Like, you could play extended, like come 2 rails across and then come back towards the 9 and the 10, and you can get shape outright, or you could just stay on the high side and play safe on the 3. Looks like he's playing the extended route. Needs a little bit more on the cue ball, but he's got enough to make the ball. He just needs to access it with the bridge. But I'll definitely like going across and back the way he did, because you give yourself a chance to, you know, if you rub the 9, if you rub the 10, if you hit the window between the 2, you got a shot on the 3 pretty much the entire time. So it's got to be mindful of the 9. It's all ball fouls. Nice shot, and he's got the 4. 4 goes in the corner, it goes in the side. Could also stop the ball and just stick him on the 9 if he doesn't like his end. Because right now, you know, shooting the 4 in the corner and trying to draw back, you don't really have any equity there. There's nothing good that comes from kind of making that ball if you can't get out, right? So why force the issue? Stick him on the 9 and make Donny do some work to help develop the position and really secure, you know, your advantage. You're up 4-1. You're on the hill. Don't be the one to have to like come with a hero shot, right? It's very percentage shot, and not only that, but he's welded to the 9, like stuck, frozen. And he's not left-handed, so it's hard for a right-hander to access this ball, you know, effectively. So he's got like a Z kick with English to a small ball going this way, which is kind of brutal, and that's what he's going to do. He's got to use spin to open the angle and Z kick across, but he miscues, so there's that. Yeah, it's a couple shots now I've seen Donny kind of be quick a little bit on his stroke and kind of jumpy, so he'll have to look back on this and just kind of work that into his practice, I guess. But he's got ball in hand. This is still kind of like a tricky position, right? He's looking at what would happen if he got this, you know, open cut on the 5. The 8 is far enough off the long rail where if he can make the 5 and draw back, then, you know, 8 goes in the side and he should be fine. So he might just play to keep that angle and try and come cross table. Once he beats the side, you know, he's basically fine. He doesn't have to, like, you know, super draw the ball very far. He just got to get past the side. So it's like, honestly, just a little bit below center, a little outside is more than enough. Nice smooth stroke, come across just like that. And this is good because with a little inside English, it dives you forward past the side pocket line. And he wants to just get on this side of the 9, not on the far side. So he used mostly high ball, and the rail kind of killed it, kind of like a high karate there. Looks like he had a fuller contact than we would have thought. Might have just used more like center ball with English. But he'll go into the 10 here slightly, I believe. Oh, he's just playing safe. Interesting. Showing a lot of patience. Making Donny be the one to come with something. You know, a lot of people, myself included, I might have gone for the 9 and try and, you know, carry him into the 10 and then manage the 10 to the rail, and, you know, but the scratch might be there. It can be really tricky. So really showing some patience and playing the score. Donny with the jump. Going for a jump bank. The 9's gonna end up just past the side pocket, so there's no direct shot, but there is a bank to the side. I think you'll probably see Lee try and take the cross side bank and swing the cue ball around. Maybe play this two-way speed. You know, so if you bank it short, you get a chance to cross bank it again. Overcuts the bank. Now it looks like Donny has a, he might be able to cut this in actually. A little slow and outside. I'm just looking to see if Donny will not rush the stroke and just kind of like go through his normal timing and smooth the ball in. That's much better. Yeah, just like that. Well, Donny kind of escapes here. Elimination with one rack back. Okay, 4-2. Let's update that score for you. Some good thought process there, though. And let's see if Donny can come with a little something here to turn it around. Again, the one-loss side is raced to 5. Donny breaking from the middle. Getting decent traction from the second ball, but nothing down. Leo come to the table. Might see him nudge the 2 here. Or he could just play for the 2-4 combo. Yep, 2-4 combo. I think he'll probably just draw his cue ball back. The 2 will go to the cushion and back out. The cue ball will stay safe. There you go. I think he's got enough to be able to stretch the cue ball up and towards the side. He wants to get past this side pocket line because then position is natural. He doesn't have to worry about contending with anything up table. So a little spin, turn the angle over. Even if he's just even, I mean, this will be fine. He could just float the cue ball forward and take a little bit of a longer shot. But ideally, if he's 3 inches further, then, you know, everything is really, really basic. He's going to swing it around, it looks like. 1, 2, 3. Do a little extra work just to try and get back into a more favorable position. And this is okay. He can just hit this with a little inside English to check the cue ball. He could also twist it with outside and come back towards the middle. This is what he tried to do. I kind of didn't like that option initially. I thought maybe just slower, a little inside. You limit your cue ball movement. And there's enough friction on the cloth that you can really kind of check the speed of the cue ball and control that angle nicer off the short cushion going one rail. Might be the first shot I kind of disagree with, but still, it's like, if you feel good with making the ball and coming back to the middle, is good. Like where he's at with his cue ball is nice because you're natural and everything else. And Donny's still got to make a little bit of a tricky shot. He's got to play for the combination. I don't think the 5 passes the 6 clean. So, some people like to pick a line to the short rail here, where you pass through your ghost ball, and I just aim to put the 5 on that line to make the 6. Donny made a pretty nice combination earlier in an earlier set, I think against Anthony on 10, so it seems like he's hitting these pretty good. All right, nice shot. This is a cross table shot. Doesn't have to do too much with it. Maybe a little bit of inside. Definitely don't rush the shot. Just really stay down and stay clean on the ball. Good shot. He's a little full, I think, on this 7 ball, so it's going to be tough to try and get on the far side of the 8. You see where, if you can get to that opposite long rail, that's ideal. So depending on exactly where he's at, we'll see what he decides to do. I think he can get across. Oh, is he drawing the ball? Yeah, he's cueing low. I don't like. Oh wow, what a shot that was. He kind of forced, stunned the ball over. He must have had just a little bit of angle. That was a nice shot there. Shout out to George Metz. George, I haven't seen you this weekend. Hope you're doing good. Nice shot from Donny on the 8. And he's got on the, real simple side of the 9 where you just got to make the ball. He might have a little bit of an angle going to the cushion. That's fine. No, he was pretty full. Great. All right. Donny closes the gap here, 4-3. What's up, Jameson? Hope you're doing well. What's up, Kyle? Hope you're doing well. Not hanging out with anybody with an airboat. Well, it felt like Lee had a chance to win the match 5-2, and now it's 4-3 with Donny breaking. And with those triceps, anything is possible. All right, Donny's going to grab his break cue. What's up, Mike? Nice to see you in the chat. Hope you're feeling better, bud. Kyle. All right, Donny with a nice break. The 8 was tracking straight to the side, but it got kissed out. But he made the 3 in the corner, and the 9 also went. And the 1 dressed up in front of the corner pocket, but the 7 is not playing nice. So he'll have to play safety or push out. It's kind of tough. Racking's been really brutal here, so it's hard to get the predictable spreads on the balls. You get some kisses and some different things that come up that you can't really account for, but it's par for the course. If you were a 1-pocket player, you play this kick and stick, maybe a little spin, and just bank the 1-up table and leave them stuck. But Mr. Mills is a rotation player. So he might hit this. Looks like he was aiming to hit the top side of the 1. I'm not sure if he has enough of that to bank it up table and kind of drag the cue ball off the long rail and down under the 8. I think that was one of the options he was looking at too. But I'm not sure if he has enough of the 1 to hit it full enough to keep it from going into the 7. Yeah, he's lining up to hit the top side of the 1. So maybe he can drag it, maybe with a little bit of low and a little bit of outside, avoid the 7. Oh, he went for the bank outright. So yeah, I didn't mind that shot if he would have played the cue ball below the 8. You know what I mean? Then you play the speed to get the cue ball behind the 8, and then you got a really good position from there. All right, Lee's got a long 1 ball, jacked up over the 8. Hercules shot. Nope. 1 ball's gonna go around the world and dress up in front of the side. And Donny's gonna get another inning. That's why these races to 5 are so brutal, He could be winning 5-2, and then all of a sudden it's hill. It gets rough here. All right, so Donny's probably gonna draw this ball with a low outside, try and avoid. Or look, he's playing a high ball. I'm very proud of him. Look at that. Played the short side between the 7 and the rail. That's a very nice shot. It's more of a natural way to play that shot. A lot of people kind of uncomfortable sometimes playing that, but I guess he felt like it was a big enough gap for him. What's up, Nikita? Yeah, so the 10 ball's kind of in the way here. He can draw above it. If he goes to the rail, he's just got to avoid overspinning the ball and going into the 4. So he just took it all the way back. And I guess the 4 passes the 10, so you could have, there's a lot of like maneuverability there. Like you could have traded some of that draw for stun and gone, above the 10 towards the long rail and then towards a 4, and with maybe a little bit of just no English, you might just slide past the 4 and play it in the side. But I guess he just liked the full draw. So this is just bear down and roll this ball in, kind of creep forward about a foot and play. Oh, he played it in the side. See, here is where those like slower cushions really help, because the bigger angle, the cue ball's going to dive into the cushion. Any table, like a diamond or faster rail Brunswick, you're going all the way back up table. But these rails really are kind of spongy, you know what I mean? So that really, the speed of the cue ball dies down, and yeah, it becomes easier to control your cue ball on those kind of patterns. Drips the 6 in the side, gets good on the 7, probably floated to the long rail and back towards the 8. Nice shot. Mr. Mills is 1 rack from making this double hill. Just wants to avoid anything crazy. Stun towards long rail into safety. Let's roll this 10 ball right in. 3 pinky taps means he's feeling good. So perfect. All right, double hill, just like that. This match has really been going fast, so I mean, it feels like we've been playing for what, 38 minutes maybe? It's like I don't know what to tell you. All right, so it's Donny, Mr. Tricep Mills versus the Heuwagen, and the triceps are breaking. Double hill. Nikita, you got to put that on a t-shirt or something. We got to make a Donny Mills t-shirt with that quote. With those triceps, anything is possible. And then like have like a used 1994 Honda Civic and Donny wearing aviator glasses or something. Drinking half a diet soda, Coke. That would be perfect. All right, I think it's interesting that Donny's the only player left in the tournament wearing shorts. I just wanted to point that out. Both Lee and Anthony are wearing pants. All right, Donny lining up the break. Let's see if the second balls go. 6 and 7, eyeing them for the side. 6 was going again straight. 7 goes in. 1 Oh, he's begging for the one to stay. I think he's got a, he might have a cut at the one. I think he's got a cut at the one. If he's got a cut at the one, then he'll play cross table, probably back and forth to get on this on the same side where the one is for the two. So I think just high ball, maybe just a scotch of inside. He's putting more than a scotch, maybe two scotches. Did he avoid the kiss on the 8? He did not. I think he rubbed the 8. And he rubbed the 8 going in. So now he's just going to thin the 2. Hit it real thin and go way up table. That's no good. That's not good enough. Yeah, you gotta, if you're going to play that shot, you got to play the cue ball to go to the long rail and then down below the 4. All right, Lee's going to try and just commit to cutting this 2 ball. No, he played safe. Played the 2 ball long. Got a fortunate rub on the 3. And 2's hidden. A little fuller on that contact and the 2's wide open. All right, so Donny's going to play, looks like 1 rail. I wouldn't stun bank. Well, he may have to. Yeah, may have to because of the angle. Just hope to get lucky. And lucky he gets. Gave it the old college try. And rearranged the furniture. And now Lee's looking at a reverse 1 rail kick here. I kind of like playing to the middle of the ball and just kind of let the cue ball slide down to the 6. I think that's what he wanted to do. He just caught it a little thin. But if he hits it fuller, then the 2 ends up on the long rail and the cue ball ends on the short rail. And, you know, Donny's got to try and play a return safe, a short angle of some kind. But anyways, hits it a little bit thin. And now Donny's got to look at the 2 in the corner. Buries it, comes across nice, and he's gonna play for this 410 to steal this match. Kind of a wild turn of events here. Donny was down, I think 4-2, and he's got a chance now to draw back. He's looking at the 410. He's definitely gonna shoot the combo. Danny DiLiberto says if you don't shoot the combo, you don't want to win. In this particular instance. Yep. All right. Donny's got this 410 to steal the set and advance to the finals. These shots I kind of like. Some people like to play them kind of like doubles, 2 ways. You know, where you just you play it kind of firm, and if you miss, the 4 goes away. I think that's the wrong way to shoot it. I think you just commit to rolling this ball in and make it clean and make the pocket as big as possible. But Donny comboed his wallet and decided to miss it. Tough shot. A lot of pressure right now. He's got to just bear down and make this 4 ball. I think he's concerned about potentially flirting with the side. It might be better to kind of draw the ball, kind of like avoid the side, and maybe even go into the 5. Let's kind of stretch it that way. Let's see what he's doing here. No, he just played the safety. Interesting. Played a fuller hit on the 4 and just try to slide up table. Again, showing a lot of patience. Looks like Donny's got to go airborne. And I'm not talking about a vitamin C supplement either. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Lee didn't cut at the 4. Maybe played to get on the, you know, short side of the 5 off the long rail. Okay, jump shot here from Mr. Mills. He's living on a prayer now. Looks like the 4 is open. Everything's open. So Lee's patience is benefiting him here. Looks like he's gonna stun. No, just draw back. Good angle on the 5. Cross table for the 6. Make sure the shirt doesn't touch the 10. It's all ball fouls. Oh, wow. Jabbed at it a little bit. Both guys have had a chance to close it out. Hey Siri, play Under Pressure. Okay, I wonder how Donny's going to try and go after this ball. You know, he does like these kind of like low outside draw shots, but it's kind of at distance. He's bridging over the 10. Tough action. Tough action, especially on these rails. Gotta hit that ball super clean. Lee's calling the 10 just in case. He's going to use a lot of low outside to stun back up table. He kind of overcut the 5 a little bit. He's expecting it to dig kind of deep and potentially carry him into the 10. But because he overcut it, the speed was dependent on the fuller hit. And so he overran position, and now he's got to play safe on this 6 ball. What a wild last game. Wow, what did he do here, huh? He's going to just try and 2-rail the 6 away, kind of like get it nudged up on the 9 and then draw the cue ball back behind the 10. No, just stuff the 2 towards the 9 and hope it gets wedged up ugly. Crossed. Wow. All right, looks like Donny's got a shot at the 6 ball. You really just roll it in, make the 6. He's got the 8 in the side. It's kind of brutal because you want to make sure to get off the long rail so you're not bridging off the rail to make the tough 8 in the side. Wow, he buried it. Like, he really went after that ball. But now he's kind of like in in-between land to where like the 10 ball combo is like, you're looking at the 10 peeking out there. Do I want to shoot the 8 ball into the 10 rail first? Do I want to shoot the 8 into the corner, kind of back cut? He's going to shoot the 8 in the corner, back cut, stun to the rail. Tough shot. Buried it. Wow, made it look easy. Wow, well, Mr. Mills has found a fair deal once again. Two balls away from the finals. If you're in the market for a used SUV or a pickup truck of any kind, contact Donny Mills Auto Sales, Clearwater, Florida. Have a nice day. Great match. Yeah, Kyle, kind of a interesting situation. I'm surprised the initial inclination, right? You spin the 6 and go up table, maybe spin past the 9 and get on the short rail. But you know, he wanted to 2-rail the 6 and kind of tie it up into the 9. Donny came with a couple good shots though. You know, from distance, make that 6, and then chop that 8 up in the corner. Good match. Donny feels like he got away with one there, and he did. So, hope you guys are enjoying it. What would you guys have done in that position on the 6 there? Trying to remember. Oh yeah, well, I mean, he had the 5 in the corner too. You know, like all he had to do was get back up table, but he called